What's up, everybody? Shauna D Man here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great week. We are back with another episode of the Nerd Talk podcast with Shauna D Man here. All right, so let's get into it. This is a relatively short video, but the other week we got news that Avengers Doomsday was going to be delayed. It was originally scheduled to come out in May of 2026, and now I believe has been pushed back to December of 2027. Now, more than likely, it's I would because let me see if I can find it. Because I would not be surprised. I believe it's May 2027, not May 2027, but like December of 2027. Let's see if I can find it, because the issue is, oh, I just saw it. All right, let's find it here. Where you at? Plus, there's like a lot of leaks and stuff like that going on. I remember seeing somebody like snuck onto the set of Doomsday and did some recording of some of the sets that they were building for the movie. And so let's see if we can find it. I believe because there was a list of everything. Maybe it was 2026. All right, here we go. Let's see. Like I don't really follow like a lot of like spoilers and stuff like that. So it's really like people just be posting stuff to post stuff. So it's gonna be like really hard to say on who really is gonna be in this movie, because they're not even done like casting people. There's still people who have not even been announced yet. I know Scarlett Johansson isn't going to be in it. I don't know why she would be in it. Chris Hemsworth's Thor, he wrote a good, like, kind of like a thank you note to the fans for his years of being Thor. So I would suspect that to mean this is probably his last MCU outing as Thor. So that could be, oh, here it is. I found it. Oh no, so we got moved from May 2026 to December 2026. Let me go here. And then, but I wouldn't be surprised if it moves again, because next year for December 2026, we have Shrek 5, Ice Age 6, Jumanji 4, and Dune Messiah. Now, I would expect not all of these are going to drop in December. I do think some of them are going to move. I think Disney owns Jumanji. I think I can't remember. I don't know who does. I don't know who owns the rights for Jumanji. Dune Messiah, that's probably going to stay where it's at. I don't see that moving off that December calendar release. I don't think you're going to see all 5 of these. I think Dune stays in December, and if I had to guess, either Shrek 5 or Ice Age 6 is going to stay in December. So I think you're going to get at least 2 of those movies. Dune, yes, and then either Jumanji 4, Ice Age 6, or Shrek 5. One of those 3 are going to be that second December release. Everybody else is probably going to move, because especially with Dune Messiah, it's going to be a tough competition trying to go against that. Now, Shrek 5 could give it some competition, even though we don't really need a Shrek 5. A lot of people are very hyped for, at least I say hype, but a lot of people are excited for Shrek 5 ever since we kind of got like the hint of it at the end of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So we'll have to see for sure. for that. But like as far as Marvel goes, I would expect it's probably going to move again. It's probably going to move to maybe at least April or May of 2027, because it was really absurd for them to even start filming and be done in a year. Like, what are we doing here? And like a lot of people are feeling right now, the DC, not DC, but the MCU is just, it's in shambles, and it's like it's a hassle. Like, and I've talked about this before in other videos where we've gotten so many bad projects out of this last phase of the last couple of phases of the MCU post Endgame that not many people are hyped for this. And like right now, I have a video coming out later this week, or maybe the beginning of next week. I can't remember which one it is, but like the Fantastic Four is could be in trouble as well with some of the rumors and leaks that have come out from that movie. It may not be good for Marvel, but as far as Doomsday goes, I mean, we had the entire, what was it, like a 5 hour live stream of them just putting chairs and announcing who was going to be in it. There's still people who have not signed on yet. Obviously, we have the main people who have already did the Fox X-Men, the Thunderbolts, or the New Avengers, or what you want to call them. Shang-Chi, Sam Wilson's Captain America, Thor. So like no Bruce Banner, no Spider-Man. Now Spider-Man, that might change because Doctor Strange, for one, I believe was supposed to take, like, from a time-wise plot, it was supposed to take place during the same time as Doomsday, or like, and that would explain why Doctor Strange isn't in Doomsday, and he may be in Secret Wars, but not Doomsday. And then as far as Spider-Man goes, I think Spider-Man was set to release after Doomsday. Let me see. Let me make sure. I think that's sorry about that. Let's see. All right. So initially, Spider-Man Brand New Day was slated to be released after Avengers Doomsday. However, due to the schedule change, it is now set to release before Doomsday. So plot-wise, whatever happens with that movie is probably going to be a part of a lead up into Doomsday, the same way we kind of saw with Thunderbolts at the end, when we get the post-credit scene of the Fantastic Four ship arriving on, or arriving in Earth 616. Now we have to see what happens in the Fantastic Four movie itself, but they could potentially do that. And I'll probably talk more about Spider-Man Brand New Day in another video, because there's stuff about that one that's come out. Like I think Mark Ruffalo's the Hulk is supposed to be in it. There are rumors. I have to look again and see how true they are, but there are rumors of John Barenthal's Punisher supposed to be in it. There maybe Mr. Negative. So there's a lot of stuff I need to catch up on in regards to Spider-Man Brand New Day. But let's be clear, like, obviously you had to pivot. The multiverse wasn't working regardless, and obviously you had to pivot when the whole Jonathan Major stuff went down. And honestly, you probably could have just recasted him and at least kept this going, but now you're having to do a full stop, and Marvel needs a reset. They do. Superhero fatigue is, like a lot of people say, is a real thing, and we'll see how it works or how it affects both Superman and Fantastic Four next month. But it is going to be interesting to see, like. It's a lot. We already got all the people who were announced during the live stream, and then you still have multiple people that you haven't even announced yet who might be in this movie. And so, like, how are you going to fit all this into one movie? I mean, you have the Russo brothers back. A lot of people are kind of like hit or miss when it comes to the Russo brothers. So I can't really say how I feel about it one way or another, but it is just something we have to just keep an eye out on. So Avengers Doomsday is delayed to 2027. So that probably means Secret Wars I would have had to guess, probably will come out 2029, 2030. Potentially, because I do think Doomsday, like I mentioned, it is set to release in 2026 of December next year, but it's more than likely going to be moved again. I would not be surprised if it gets delayed, just because Marvel knows that they have to have a banger of a movie. They know it. Otherwise, you could probably say the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all that stuff is done. You could probably make that argument and make that case. So, and we'll have to just see, because we do have Ironheart coming out in a couple of weeks. That series is probably not going to do good. And then you have Fantastic Four next month. And then not only that, you also have Wonder Man coming out later this year, which is going to more likely be a flop as well. So Marvel has made mistake after mistake after mistake when it comes to their projects, that it's going to cost them. I would not be surprised. A lot of people think it's going to happen. There's going to be like a reset, but how much of a reset is just something we will have to wait and see as we get closer to it. But a reset is coming for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to where you now have pretty much everybody under the Marvel umbrella. You got the Fox X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and yada yada yada. And so we'll see. We will see. But guys, that's relatively it. Just wanted to do a short little video, just give my thoughts on the announcement of Doomsday being delayed to December 2026. Again, it's probably gonna be delayed again, but we'll wait and see. But if you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like, subscribe button, comment below. You can also go over to the gaming channel and check out all things gaming over there. But guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Y'all have a good one.